Hello and welcome to Level Up Your Talents Abroad, a series of inspiring interviews of expats where we uncover through their stories what talents they have developed. We are exploring the behind the scene because too often we only see the end result of an expatriation, but we miss out on the process, what it really takes to get where they are today. So they will share with us the up and the downs, the bold decisions, their challenges, and what they learned on the way. It's been like 20 years that I'm living abroad, and I've never met an expat who told me it was easy. If you keep the big picture of that experience, the move itself is such a tiny part, right? What's important is what comes after. And that very often we are not well prepared for that. And we go through a big emotional roller coaster. So if you want to get better equipped for this journey abroad, visit the website Expat Coaching Corner. I design an online program with on-demand videos, super flexible, just for you to equip you better for this ride. So the link is in the description. I'm your host, 𝗂'𝘃𝗲. Now let's dive in. So today we have the pleasure of welcoming Aurélia to this series. Hi Aurélia, how are you?
Hi, Han. Good, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
It's great. We are thrilled to have you here today with us. And thank you for sharing your story and exploring what it really takes to level up your talents abroad. So first, to start and to give us some context, can you please share what is your expat journey? What are you doing today?
Okay. So I moved to Dubai in 2014, so 11 years ago, and I was coming straight from Paris. Today, I'm an entrepreneur with two activities. One is in the marketing consultancy business, and the other one is an activity related to well-being. And before that, I worked for 10 years in a French company here in Dubai.
Okay, so you've been here a long time.
Yes, time flies.
Yes, time flies. And that's true. When you start your journey abroad, you think, oh, I'm gonna stay 1 or 2 years. And at the end, opportunities are arriving and life happens. So you stay, right?
Exactly. And then you feel home and
Yes. So let's go back a little bit. And let's go back to the time where you made that decision of moving. What was the thinking process behind that decision? How did that happen, basically?
so we were living in Paris with my husband, and we had worked for like 6-7 years already in Paris after our school. And we were thinking, okay, let's maybe explore an experience abroad. We were thinking at the time of Canada, which is the opposite in terms of weather. But we came to Dubai in 2012 to visit some friends, and we discovered a region which was extremely dynamic and with a lot of opportunities, and a lot of opportunities also for like young people who have a few years experience and want to grow fast. So we decided to start our job search in Dubai in 2013, while still working in France, of course. But we quickly understood that without local contact, without meeting people face to face, it would be extremely difficult. And it's the feedback that I got from people I contacted. So, for instance, 𝗂'𝘃𝗲 alumni based in Dubai at the time, they told me, if you don't come, it will be very difficult. So I came to Dubai end of 2013 for 1 month. And this month, I planned it for a few months before. Like I built a network of people in Dubai so that I could meet those people when I was coming. And the way I did, so I contacted, of course, a lot of alumni, and I was talking around my relationship in Paris, my network in Paris, that I wanted to look for a job in Dubai, and they gave me contact. People were very, very supportive, giving advice, and even if people didn't have any job opportunities in their company, they were really open to meet and to share their experience as well. And I was lucky enough to meet a 𝗂'𝘃𝗲 alumni here in Dubai who took time to meet me, to give me advice and insights on the region. And at the time, he didn't have any job opportunity aligned with my profile, but he gave my resume to his wife. And his wife contacted me like a few days after, and I got an interview. And from there, I started the whole interview process. And I joined the company, and I stayed in this company for 10 years.
Nice, really nice. So we can see like through this experience that you didn't decide like to go out of the blue. You were really prepared, organized, and what makes really the difference from what you're saying is really opportunity came with the people.
Yes, definitely.
So that's why you really contacted many person. Like how can you give how many contact did you have, like average, just to give some people like perspective on how much you need to develop and work on your network in order to create opportunities?
So I would say like how many people I contacted, it's more than 100, 150, 200 maybe. And sometimes I didn't get any answer, and that's right, that's fine. There is no problem. People are busy and have other priorities, of course. But those people that I met, it was maybe around 20, 25 people. And I came to Dubai with maybe like 6, 7 meeting already planned. And with time being here, being able to meet someone, then someone was telling me, oh, my friend, he's in his company. I can check with him. Maybe you can meet him and have a coffee. So very also informal meetings. Some were interviews, some were informal coffee chats. But at the end, it's like building this network that was really supporting me in my job search.
Yeah.
And also to get to know better the region and how to work here and the expectations also.
Before we continue, I have one question. Is it today the same dynamic, or it has really changed? Because like 10 years, more than 10 years ago. So what is the situation today?
So I would say that the situation changed a bit because Dubai is attracting much more people now. It's also attracting people from all over the world. So there is like a higher competition, I would say, in the job search that you can feel. And the competition is not only people already based in Dubai because the population is growing fast, but also people like from surrounding countries that want to come in like a safer place with their family. So there are like a growing competition, I would say.
When you arrived in Dubai during this first year, what was the difference between what you have imagined and what really happened? What were the challenges and also the nice surprises that you had?
So coming into a new country, a new job, so you have to rebuild everything. You don't have your family, you don't have your friends. Even if we had already some friends here, like you don't have your supportive network that you used to have. So for me, one of the challenge here when I arrived, I would say in the first year, was to balance work and life, because we live here in Dubai thanks to our job. Our visa is obtained through our company. So there is a question and a balance to find of what is the place you give to your personal life versus your involvement into your job in a country where you need your job, not only to grow, to progress into your career, but also to be able to live in the country. So like it's a balance that for me was a little bit hard to find in the first year.
So how did you overcome that?
So for me, I think that time really helped me to understand that it's not only the place where I work, but it's also the place where I'm living. And this comes with time, because after like 2 or 3 years, you're still here and you don't see yourself somewhere else. You don't know where you would go if you're not if I was not in Dubai, I don't know where I would be. And you start to imagine like growing your family here, and you start feeling home, meaning that when you come back from holidays, you feel like, okay, it's the place where I belong to. I feel like it's my place here. So that's when I started to consider Dubai more like the place where I live rather than the place where I work.
Yeah, it's really nice how it's first you experience some resistance because it's a big change, and that also has an impact on you, and you have to change a lot in order to adapt to the country. So time is definitely our best ally into adapting to a new country.
Yeah.
There's things we can't rush, right?
Yes, no, definitely. And we have to be patient. Like you have to be mindful that things that might not go as fast as you want, and not get frustrated about this.
And my next question was, how much are you feel settled here? But I guess that you already say you're feeling home today, right?
Yeah.
So what does it really mean for you, feeling home?
For me, feeling home is really the feeling that I was expressing on. You come back from holiday, you're happy because you had nice holidays, but you're also happy to come home because it's where you have your friends now, that you build relationships, that you have your routine in a positive way, like routine that settle you down.
Let's talk now about living the cultural differences, because Dubai is indeed very, very much mixed. And so how do you experience that on your daily life?
So definitely here you have all the countries, all the cultures of the world represented. We are like 90% foreigners, so everything is about cultural difference. So you have to screen like if a reaction of someone is maybe related to their cultural point of view, and not like a reaction like to yourself. So and it takes time, honestly. I worked in an office with like about 25, 30 people. We were 15 different nationalities, and you need to remain open to differences, trying to understand the other one point of view. In some cultures, you would need to get many validation from the management at every stage, having a go ahead to make sure that you move forward in a like a step-by-step process. In others, like you rush super fast. So you have to find a line where you understand why things are happening this way, why your colleague is reacting in a certain way that is very surprising for you, but super normal in their culture. And so I would say overall, open-mindedness is the answer to our daily life cultural differences experience.
Yeah, you're saying like you're super agile culturally, and the fact that you said at the beginning you have to screen.
Yes.
What does it mean exactly when you screen someone? What do you do exactly?
So I will first understand where they're coming from, but also their background, to also integrate like maybe what happened in their experience that can impact their reaction. So it's for me, it's really trying to get to know the people, but with a genuine interest.
When you're experiencing these difference, when you always have to adapt, is it in your personal life? Is it at work?
It's
Or
both. It's everywhere.
it's everywhere?
Yes.
So you always have, in any communication you always have to pay attention to who you are talking to, because you're switching frame of reference all the time.
Yes, and it's not easy, and it's not coming like from the beginning. So I experienced a lot of frustration at the beginning because I was not like screening, like it's in a positive way, I would say.
Yeah.
The point of view of the
You
other.
use that word in a positive way. That's true.
Yes. So lot of frustration, and I would say both, like personal, like in your daily life, like you handle, I don't know, you have a huge leakage in your home and you think that calling the plumber will fix it, but it's not, because his job is to do first a report and tell you, yes, you have a leakage in your home. Yes, I know, thank you. Then send this report, submit, get validation, and then come back few days after to fix it. So this frustration, you have it everywhere, in your job as well. Sometimes for some people, it will be the way to handle an issue or a disagreement, rather than discussing face to face and find a way to make the project move forward, would be more to raise up to the management without informing you, and then it's coming back to you and you say, okay. So and you felt that everything was doing well and you had like nice relationships, but then this happened, you say, oh no, I'm a bit like upset now that okay. You raised everything to management and we have to handle it like a problem. So okay. Yes, and it takes time, and once you understand and you step back, you have also like to be able to step back and not take things personally, then it's also much easier.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. And as an entrepreneur, how do you experience these?
So I would say it's by being even more cautious, because you don't have the frame of a company, like the values of a company, the culture of the company. So you have really to analyze even more who you have in front of you and understand them, and their objective. What is their goal? What is their objective? And how we can meet.
Okay. Do you adapt your communication style and way of asking things?
Yes, we have to, because also we are like, most of us are not native English speakers. So there is also, we speak a different English, all of us. So it's also important to, I would say, use simple words, try to reformulate, make sure that your communication is going through in the way you like, and to reconfirm. Like communication is a huge thing to focus on the way you communicate.
No, it's really funny, because sometimes you can really get lost in translation.
Exactly.
And I remember that your story just made me think about one thing. When I was in China, you're telling something to one of your employee, and she was replying, I know. And I was like, okay, so you know why you don't do it. And then I was like surprised, and I couldn't understand until the day where you learn that I know and I see is the same word. And I was And so it was just language issue, like, because as you said, we all speak a different English.
Yes.
It's when there's always, and that's my learning is like when you're surprised by one word or an answer or something, like clarify, is it right? What do you really mean? Because
Yes.
sometimes you can have that. True.
Yes. And check that the understanding is the same.
Yes.
And also in some cultures, they won't say no, like they don't want to disappoint you, or like it's a polite way. So it's also trying to understand when it's a real yes and when it's a yes but no. So
Looking back on this experience, now that 10 years experience here in Dubai, is there anything you would have done differently?
I would say taking more time at the beginning to meet people, to join gathering, to establish like relationships from the beginning, because you're like so much into your job. It's like a new country, new job, your company. Also, you want to prove yourself, to show what you can do. So it's also hard to find the time you say, okay, it's fine. And I was with my husband, so I was not alone, so not forced to meet people. So definitely, I would say meet people, join some gathering. That can be like a professional gathering or
And friends, like create your friendships abroad.
yes, here it's very easy because we are all foreigners, so we are much more open to build relationship and to just have a coffee with someone. So it's pretty easy.
Okay. What have you learned about yourself on this journey?
So I would say adaptability to due to the multicultural environment. So agility, adaptability, understanding who I have in front of me, being able to adapt my way of communicating, keep an open mind, get to know the people, but get to know them genuinely. So you really with a real interest in them.
Okay. How does those learnings influence your decision today as a mother, as an entrepreneur, and also a manager? How does that play?
So for me, I would say it's having open discussion, constructive discussion, because there are many ways of seeing a project, of seeing a situation, depending on your background, on your culture, can have also a substantial impact on the way you handle things. So I would say like more openness on the discussion, constructive discussions.
To wrap up, imagine your best friend is moving to Dubai next month. What are your top 3 pieces of advice?
So first advice I would say is build your budget. Come prepared. So even more when you come with a family, you need to understand what are the costs of living here, and come with some savings because Dubai is not cheap and your upfront spendings are very important. We pay or rent 1 year upfront, so it's kind of substantial amount that you have to release when you arrive. Schools also,
Sorry, you're paying? What
you
is?
rent 1 year in advance.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So you definitely
Yes.
have to plan.
Yes, exactly. So this is something that is very important, I would say, is budget planning, realistically, discuss with people already in the country. You have to be prepared in case something is going wrong. Be prepared of what you would do. Do you go back home? Do you have a backup plan? If you come with your family, it's also much more important.
So I see it here is like you're not like you constantly have to question yourself, question the family, like what are we going to do? Are we going to stay? What's the plan? Like always planning and not strategizing because it's life,
No, but have like a
having real
safety.
conversation about that. Like
Yes,
you don't
have to be
sleep on your situation, you always challenge it.
Yeah. So first one is budget related. First
Yes.
advice.
Yes. The second one?
So I would say from the beginning, join gathering opportunities, meet people, like take time to build like your life here, not only your work.
Okay. I like that advice because yeah, very often we land, we just focus on the job, but establishing our supporting network is so important.
Yes,
So important.
definitely.
There a third advice?
Third advice, yes, come with an open mind. You'll get frustrated, definitely.
It's okay, don't worry.
Part of the process, everything gonna be right. Be open to others and get to know them genuinely. Be open to the cultures, like to the Emirati culture, but also to the other cultures.
Okay, love it. Thank you so much, Aurelia, for sharing your
Thank you.
journey and also all these insights. Truly amazing. And to our listeners, we hope you found this conversation inspiring and valuable for you. Don't forget to register to our live Q&A session and follow us on our LinkedIn page. All the links are in the description below. See you soon for the next episode. Bye.
Bye.